going on, Dolphins fans? It's Connor from the Dolphins Dive, and today we got the dub, moved to 5-3, and this is the recap. So get right into it. Came out very, very weak. The first drive of the game, the Lions absolutely asserted their dominance, scored easily. We come out on offense, and we're moving the rock pretty freaking well, and then Braylon Sanders on his first career catch fumbles the football, and the Lions respond by scoring another touchdown. And it's like, oh shit, we're down 14-0 to the Lions. So it started getting a little concerning, but the Dolphins responded well offensively the entire game. Our offense was tremendous today, and they scored a touchdown to respond. And then we matched touchdowns in the second quarter. Dolphins stop the Lions in the 2-minute warning, but they go for a fake punt, successfully execute it, and get them in field goal range to take a 10-point lead going into halftime. And this is where shit's going down. We're all clamoring for Josh Boyer's job, but he responded well. Defense pitched a shutout in the second half. Offense came on strong with 2 touchdowns to win the game 31-27. So overall, offense did a great job. Defense did a bad job in the first half, tremendous job in the second half. So it's good seeing the adjustment, but you don't want to see that initial absolute flurry of scoring, despite the fact the Lions have a very good offense. Tua played his mind out, 29 of 36, 382 yards, 3 tuds. I mean, there's not much more you can ask him to do. It's very, very good. Raheem Mostert, 14 carries, 64 yards. So on a per clip basis, it's not terrible. The thing is when we try to run the ball, there's just a lot of runs that are just obviously he sprung a couple, but there's also a couple that are literally loss of 1, 2 yards. So it's hard to string runs together. We're not consistently pounding the rock sometimes we need to be able to. And then our 2 top receivers played out of their minds. Tyreek Hill, 12 catches, 188 yards. And everybody said that he would regret coming to Tua, and he's showing just how good of a football player he is, period. His ability to track the deep ball, his ability to come back on the deep ball, and people will ignore that didn't happen with Mahomes. There were so many times where Mahomes would underthrow him because Mahomes was throwing off platform, ridiculous kind of throws. But Tyreek Hill's ability to come back to the ball and fight through that contact and make the catch is the best I've honestly ever seen. It's ridiculous. He's a tremendous player. Jalen Waddle, 8 catches, 106 yards, 2 touchdowns. His second touchdown of the game where Tua threw him the ball, absolute dime piece. Mike Gesicki had a touchdown. Trent Sherfield should have had a touchdown and got called back. And I'm going to criticize Mike McDaniel for not challenging that because it could have went the wrong way. Say we get stuffed at the line, that's points left on the table because you did not challenge. He should have challenged there. But overall, the offense had a phenomenal day. Liam Eichenberg unfortunately went down with a serious injury. I'm guessing he's out for the year. With all due respect to Liam Eichenberg, I hope he gets healthy and comes back 100%. But it's not that big of a loss. Honestly, a lot of people were clamoring for him to get replaced by Robert Jones. So we'll get to see Robert Jones starting at left guard. But like I said, speedy recovery to Liam. I hope he comes back and continues and exceeds expectations. But defensively, we got a little hairy, right? But the first half was bad. You can't really single out a specific person. The line, like I said, they have a great offensive line. They have great running backs. They have probably a good receiver right now because the other guys are hurt. And T.J. Hawkinson's an absolute baller. And they schemed up some good plays, like the long pass. I think it was to Hawkinson. They properly propagated against our zero blitz coverage, and Javon Holland had inside leverage. Hawkinson broke out, and he was able to run away. And there was just multiple instances where they executed well. But fortunately, they were able to stop that in the second half of the game, allowing our offense to come back and win the game. So defensively, people that stood out, obviously, Zach Sealer had a very nice sack. Jalen Phillips didn't necessarily get any sacks, but you saw him a lot of times getting pressure. Christian Wilkins got called off sides 10 times today. That was very, very annoying. The penalties are awful, and they must be cleaned up ASAP. It's honestly inexcusable. The run defense was all right. It was good in the second half. The first half, it was not that good. We got gashed on the first couple drives. Verone McKinley, considering this was his first real start, looked pretty solid. very surprised by the Eric Rowe being inactive. Genuinely, like, was not expecting that. But, I mean, like I said, I'm happy with Rome McKinley's play. He had that great tackle on Hawkinson to stop the touchdown. Obviously, it didn't affect anything that happened. But, yeah, overall, I mean, pretty meh game defensively. But happy with the way that Josh Boyer was able to adjust. And let's hope that they don't need to make as much adjustments in the future and that we can just come out strong. So that's it for today's video. My prediction, my preview video is pretty close. I kind of called it a shootout. I think I had the Dolphins like 38, Lions 31, if I remember correctly, something like that. So, you know, look at me not being too far off in my analysis. That's why you should watch the preview videos every Friday. We got the Bears next week, which is another, we really need to win that game because it's a must-win game because the Bears are not good. So that's it for today's video. I appreciate anybody for watching. It means a ton to me. And until next time, I'll catch y'all.